Welcome children. Today is our second session of revision. In today's session, we will quickly revise the remaining part of this chapter and then we will practice some of the questions and then we will also discuss about a new type of questions which can be asked in exam. So let us quickly connect to what we have done in our previous session. In previous session, we were discussing about diffusion and it is an important process in exchange of gases like CO2 and O2 and water also in the life of a cell. In addition to this, the cell also obtains nutrition from its outer environment. Different molecules move in and out of the cell through a type of transport which requires energy in the form of ATP, and this type of transport is called as active transport. The plasma membrane is a flexible and is made up of organic molecules. These organic molecules can be lipids, proteins, etc. And we can visualize or observe the structure of plasma membrane through electron microscope. The flexibility of the cell membrane also enables the cell to engulf in food and other material from its outer environment, and this process is known as endocytosis. Amoeba takes in its food through the process of endocytosis only. In the same way, if something which is transported from inside environment or from inside of the body of any organism to outside, that is called as exocytosis. We have already discussed about this in our previous session. So now let us discuss about cell wall. We all know these cell walls are present in plant cells, specifically outside the plasma membrane, and these are made up of cellulose. These are rigid, semi-elastic, semi-transparent and protective covering which is present outside the plasma membrane in plant cell, fungi and other prokaryotes. It is mainly made up of cellulose in plants and fungal cellulose in case of fungus and chitin in some of the fungi. The functions of cell wall are very specific. It provides the shape to the cell, it provides mechanical strength to the cell, and it protects it against the pathogens and other type of mechanical injury. The growth of the cell wall determines the growth of a cell, and cell wall prevents the busting of cell by endoosmosis, and it provides the ability to withstand a lot of variation in the nature, in the environmental conditions, and it ultimately serves as a channel for the transport of various substances across it. Nucleus is very important part of a cell because it controls the activity of various other cell organelles, and it also contains genetical information or hereditary information in it, which can be transferred from one generation to next generation. Nucleus also plays very important role in cell division. Once the nucleus divides, then only a cell can divide and form a new cell. In most of the cases, this nucleus lies in a median position. But in case of mature plant cell, this nucleus is situated towards the periphery of the cell. In case of prokaryotic cells, the nuclear material is known as nucleoid because it is not packed in any kind of nuclear membrane. It freely floats in the cell, prokaryotic cell. Cells like RBC, sieve elements, lack nucleus in them. Cells without nucleus cannot survive for a long. Nucleus also brings about cell differentiation by which the cell attains a specific structure and specific function. Division of nucleus is very essential for cell division and for formation of new types of cell. Reshuffling of chromosomes and changes in the genes and production of variations in the genetic material is only because of nucleus. Now there are certain differences between plant and animal cells. We all know that plant cell contains cell wall in them, which is absent in animal cell. Plant cells contain plastids in them, which is absent in animal cell. These plastids are of various type, and chloroplast is the major plastid which is present in plant cells, which provides green color to the plants. Now in case of plant cells, centrioles and centrosomes are absent, whereas in case of animal cells, centrioles and centrosomes are present. Vacuoles are very large and less in number in case of plant cell, whereas these vacuoles are very small and so many in number in case of animal cell. Nucleus lies on one side in case of plant cell and nucleus lies mostly in the center of cell in case of animal cell. Plant cell is rigid and animal cell is flexible. The Golgi contains dictyosome in case of plant cell, whereas animal cell contain vesicles in them. Plant cells are comparatively larger in size and animal cells are smaller in size. Starch is the stored food material in case of plant cells, whereas in case of animal cell, glycogen is stored food. Now let us discuss about chromosomes. Chromosomes are present inside the nucleus. These chromosomes are thread-like structures which are formed by condensation of chromatin during cell division and are called as chromosome. And they are also referred as heredity vehicles. Means these chromosomes are important or plays a very important role in transferring genetical material from one generation to next generation. Chromosomes are made up of DNA and histone proteins. A chromosome consists of two similar types of threads which are called as chromatids or sister chromatids. Two chromatids are attached at the center and this center is known as centromere. On either side of the centromere, chromatids are called arms. Now let us discuss about prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Prokaryotes are the type of cells in which the organism lack nuclear membrane around its nuclear material. So here membrane bound organelles are absent in case of prokaryotes. They differ from the eukaryotes which have a cell nucleus. And eukaryotes also have membrane bound organelles in them which are completely absent in case of prokaryotes. Prokaryotes are the single celled organism such as bacteria and are roughly 1 micrometer in diameter. Eukaryotes are the organism whose cells contain complex structure inside the membrane. Eukaryotes are the cells or living organisms which contain their genetical material or nuclear material packed within a nuclear membrane. Not only this, they also have other membrane bound organelles in them. Now let us discuss about cytoplasm. The major content in a cell is cytoplasm. These cytoplasm contain various type of things in it, and this cytoplasm can be divided into two parts, that is cytosol and cell organelles. Cytosol is a liquid part or the fluid part of the cytoplasm. It is homogeneous and crystallocolloidal liquids that contain substances like water, ions, vitamins, enzymes, amino acids, carbohydrate, lipids and proteins etc. are present in it. Whereas cell organelles are submicroscopic structures which are specialized to perform specific type of functions. Cell organelles may be bounded by a membrane in eukaryotes, but prokaryotes lack these membrane bound organelles in them. The endoplasmic reticulum is also denoted as ER, is a large network of membrane bound tubes and sheets. It looks like long tubules and round shaped structure which are also known as vesicles. The endoplasmic reticulum is of two types, RER and SER. RER is rough endoplasmic reticulum which has rough surface because of presence of ribosomes on it, and because of these ribosomes which are present on its surface, it is able to synthesize protein. Whereas in case of a smooth endoplasmic reticulum, these ribosome granules are completely absent. So these smooth endoplasmic reticulum synthesize lipids and steroids. SER also metabolizes carbohydrates and steroids and regulates calcium concentration, drug detoxification and attachment of receptors on cell membrane proteins. The SER helps in manufacturing fat molecules and lipid, and it is important for cell function. Some of these proteins and lipids help in building the cell membrane also. And this process of building the cell membrane is known as membrane biogenesis. The Golgi apparatus first described by Camillo Golgi, and it consists of a system of membrane bound vesicles arranged approximately parallel to each other in stacks called cisternae. These membranes often have connections with the membranes of endoplasmic reticulum, and therefore it makes another portion of the cellular complex membrane system. The material synthesized near the endoplasmic reticulum is packaged and dispatched to various targets inside and outside the cell through Golgi apparatus. So Golgi apparatus is a packaging and dispatching system of the cell. The functions of Golgi apparatus include modification and packaging of product that is formed by endoplasmic reticulum in the form of vesicles. In some cases, complex sugars may be made from simple sugars in the Golgi apparatus. The Golgi apparatus is also involved in the formation of lysosomes. So it helps in processing and packaging and secreting organelles, and it helps in protein synthesis also. It is present in eukaryotic cells, plant cells and animal cells. Now let us discuss about mitochondria. Mitochondria is called as powerhouse of the cell because the energy which is required to perform various activities of the cell is generated here in mitochondria, and that energy is stored in mitochondria in the form of ATP, which is also known as an energy currency of the cell. The structure of mitochondria is double membranous structure. It has its own DNA, and the body uses energy stored in ATP for making new chemical compounds and for mechanical work. Mitochondria have two membranes covering instead of just one. The outer membrane is very porous while the inner membrane is deeply folded inward. These folds creates a large surface area for making more and more ATP by chemical reactions. Mitochondria are strange organelle in the sense that they have their own DNA. And this DNA is called as non-genetic DNA. Lysosomes are also known as suicidal bags which are present in the cell. These are the kind of waste disposal system of the cell, and lysosomes help to keep the cell clean by digesting any foreign material as well as worn out cell organelles. Foreign materials entering the cell such as bacteria or any other waste food particle as well as old organelles end up in the lysosome. Lysosome contain very strong enzymes in it which burst open and comes out and digests the waste material or worn out tissues. So during the disturbance in cellular metabolism, for example, when the cell gets damaged, lysosomes may burst and the enzyme digests their own cell. That is why it is called as suicidal bags of the cell. Structurally, lysosomes are membrane-bound sacs which are filled with digestive enzymes, and these digestive enzymes are made by rough endoplasmic reticulum. Plastids are present only in plant cells. There are two types of plastids, chromoplast and leucoplast. Chromoplast contain various types of colors in them, and leucoplast contain white or colorless plastids in them. Plastids containing the pigment chlorophyll are known as chloroplasts. Chloroplasts are important for photosynthesis process in plants. Chloroplasts also contain various yellow or orange pigments in addition to chlorophyll. Leucoplasts are primarily organelles in which materials such as starch, oils, protein granules are stored. The internal organization of plastids consists of numerous membrane layers embedded in a material which is known as stroma. Plastids are similar to mitochondria in external structure. Like mitochondria, plastids also have their own DNA and ribosomes. So these plastids store various types of materials like proteins, oils, etc. into them, and these plastids in case of chloroplast plays a very important role in the process of photosynthesis. Now let us discuss about vacuoles. Vacuoles are storage sacs for solids and liquid content. Vacuoles are small size in animal cells, and these vacuoles are very few and large in size in case of plant cells. The central vacuole of some plant cells may occupy 50 to 90% of the cell volume. In plants, vacuoles are full of cell sap and provide turgidity and rigidity to the plant cell. Many substances of importance in the life of the plant are stored in vacuoles. These include amino acid, sugars, and various organic acids and some proteins in it. In single cell organism like amoeba, the food vacuole consists of various food items is taken in or consumed in the form of vacuoles by the process of endocytosis. In some unicellular organisms, specialized vacuoles also plays very important role in expelling excess water and some waste from the cell in the form of exocytosis process. So these vacuole plays a very important role in expelling and intaking the food and storing some of the material. Now in some of the books there is one extra content which is added at the end of this chapter, that is cell division. Each and every cell has a certain lifespan, and during its lifespan it also divides. That is how we grow and cell grows and we get growth and development in our body. So these cells divide by two ways, mitosis and meiosis. Before understanding about this mitosis and meiosis, let me introduce about two types of cells which are present in us, that is somatic cell and reproductive cell. These somatic cells are also known as vegetative cells. Reproductive cells are the cells which are involved in production of gametes, whereas all other types of cells are your somatic cells or vegetative cells. These vegetative cells or somatic cells undergo division by mitosis process, in which from the parent cell two daughter nuclei or two daughter cells are formed. Whereas in case of meiosis division, which occurs in reproductive cells, four daughter cells are produced. Children, you will understand this process in higher classes. It will be taken in detail in 11th standard. So for 9th standard, I think this is enough. There is one more slide to show you the difference in the division of mitosis and meiosis. Now there were some questions which were asked by children. So here is the answer of that question. The first question which I have selected here is, what is osmosis? So osmosis is the movement of water molecule from a region of its higher concentration to the region of its lower concentration across a semi-permeable membrane. For example, if you put a carrot in a salty water, the carrot water will pull out in the outside water. Means the water content, the juice of the carrot which is inside it, will be taken out from it into the outer environment, and this process is osmosis. Children, this process is very much similar with the process which your mother follows while making pickles. Endocytosis is the process of capturing a substance or particle from outside the cell by engulfing it with the cell membrane and bringing it into the cell. Exocytosis describes the process of vesicles fusing with the plasma membrane and releasing their content to the outside of the cell. Now, what is meiosis and mitosis? Mitosis is a kind of cell division which occurs in somatic cells or vegetative cells, and meiosis is a kind of division which occurs in reproductive cells. And as a result of meiotic division, four daughter nuclei are formed. As a result of mitotic cell division, two daughter nuclei are formed. So let us go through this slide once again. Mitosis is a stage in the cell cycle, the sequence of events cells undergo as they grow and divide. During mitosis, the nucleus of the cell divides to create two new nuclei, each containing an identical copy of DNA. Meiosis, in contrast, is the process by which sex cells, sperm and eggs are created. Now let us practice some of the questions, and this time there are certain new types of questions. Let us go through it. There are assertion and reasoning based questions in which the assertion is given to you, and based on that assertion which is given to you, there will be one reason. You have to find out whether the reason which is given for that assertion is correct or not, and accordingly you have to give your answer. So let us go through it. Assertion A and reasons are: have been put forward. Read both the statements clearly and carefully and choose the correct alternative from the following. A, the first option is both the assertion and the reason are correct, and the reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. Second option is the assertion and the reason are correct, but the reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. And the third is our assertion is true but the reason is false. And fourth is the statement of the assertion is false but the reason is true. And the last option is both the statements are false. So you might not be understanding it right now. So let us go through some of the questions. Then you will understand that what is there in these assertion and reasoning type of questions. So here one more example is taken. Assertion reason questions. The following questions consist of two statements. First one is assertion, which is denoted as A, and other one is reason. Answer the questions selecting the appropriate option below. The first option is both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation for A. Second option is both A and R are true, and R is not the correct explanation for A. And the third one is A is true but R is false, and the fourth one is A is false but R is true. So the first question is, assertion is given as the inner mitochondrial membrane is highly folded. That is true. The inner mitochondrial membrane is highly folded. And the reason for is this to increase the surface area for ATP synthesis. So children, what will be your answer? Try to solve this question and try to write the answer of this question. Which option out of A, B, C, D will be the answer of this type of question? There are few more examples of assertion and reasoning types of questions are given here. You need to practice these questions at home, and such type of questions will be included in your periodic test. So the first question's assertion given here is carbon dioxide and oxygen move across the cell membrane by a process called diffusion. And the reason for this is this movement is due to cells' affinity towards gases. Second question's assertion is absorption of water by plant's root is an example of osmosis. Correct. So the reason for this is cells tend to gain water through osmosis. So now you have to think about it, whether the reason which is given for this assertion is correct or not. Now the next question is, nucleus plays an important role in cellular reproduction and cellular function. And the reason for this statement is nucleus contains chromosomes which are made up of DNA, which contains information for constructing and organizing cells. Next question's assertion is lysosomes are known as suicidal bags of a cell. Reason for this is they are kind of waste disposal system of cell. For the last question which is shown here, the assertion is the inner mitochondrial membrane is highly folded in to accommodate more DNA, and the reason is they have to regulate the function of other cell organelles. Children, if you will practice these questions at home and try to find out the correct option out of these four, you are surely going to solve the questions in your periodic test too. Now children, there is a practice of some other MCQ type of questions. You have to go through these questions and try to solve these questions. This is another question which is condition based question. On the basis of that condition, which option is correct, that you have to select. First you will read this question very carefully and then you will give the answer. Now here in the next slide I have taken some other examples. Again here a big statement is given, so you have to read this statement very carefully to give your answer correctly. Here one more example is given. That's it. Thank you children. And here one more message from my side. Keep calm during this time. Please don't keep yourself stressed up because of exams and try to love all the subjects. Thank you.